What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another weekly training here at Launch My Agency here in our free Facebook group. Today we have a very special training for you all, but until we get a few people coming in, I'm gonna get into the meat and potatoes just in a bit. But if you're just joining us, give us some likes and loves down below. It helps with the algorithm, and comment live down below. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free. All right, so essentially when it comes to your business, right, especially when it comes to a digital marketing agency, the offer piece of it is the most important element to the business. Okay? Let me say that a little differently. The biggest part of your business is your offer, right? And a lot of times what people don't even realize this. They're trying to get leads when it comes to a digital marketing agency. They're trying to close more deals. They're trying to do fulfillment, whatever the case is. They do not realize that them going from 0 or 5K, 10K a month, whatever they're making, or even if they're not making anything, they're focused in on the wrong things, right? And you as a business owner, if you really want to scale to the big leagues, if you really want to hit that 50K, 100K per month with your digital marketing agency, the most important element is your offer, right? Because there's so many Me Too agencies out there in the world, right? Why are you different? Why are people going to pick you over so many other agencies? When someone comes to you, even if you have a system set up that where people come to you, do you think that they're only looking at your offer? Or when you talk to someone, or when you try to go after someone, do you think that you're the only person, or your company is the only company on the face of the planet that is trying to get a business of with someone else? Do you think that? That's not true. There's so many other people out there. And when you don't think of the foundations, when you don't have your foundations on point for your agency, how are you going to be different? You're going to be the exact same. And guess what? You're going to have the same results. And then after a few months, you're going to start wondering, hey, why is my agency not taking off? Or why is my business not going to where I had always dreamed it to be, right? It all comes down to the building blocks of your agency, right? So the offer is the most important. And also specifically when it comes to scaling, everything is a system, right? So your client acquisition system, so your leads is a system, your sales is a system, everything is one whole big system. If you do not have an offer with a specific price point on lock, how are you going to know what to scale? How are you going to know if your marketing campaigns are profitable or not, right? What percentage of your sales are being closed from your salesperson? Everything ties into the building blocks of the offer. And no one really talks about these things, right? But it's, like I said, the foundation is super important. And I'll tell you real quick before we get right into it, Michael Jordan used to practice chest passes even when he was Michael Jordan. And people used to laugh at him. They used to be like, oh, you're the greatest player on the planet. Why are you practicing chest passes, right? And he would always come down to like, look, if my foundations aren't there, nothing's there, right? So the foundations of everything is super important. All right, we're going to get into some of the components that an offer really needs to have, right? The first piece of it is price. Many people, literally today, a few hours ago, I was chatting with a digital marketing agency owner, and he was charging $50 for a logo, right? I'll tell you, based on my experience working with people who are the low ticket people, like who are, $100, $200 a month, they are the worst type of clients, which is very interesting to see. So what you want to do is you want to flip that script. You want to say, hey, why would I want to work with $100 per month clients when I can work with someone who can pay me $5,000? Right? And for some of you guys, that may sound like a number that's you can't comprehend. Like, are there people actually who are willing to pay you 5K, 10K per month to work with you in digital marketing? Absolutely there are, right? So when you're working with these people who are these low ticket, their expectations, they want the world, right? They want to know if they can get a refund. They want to know if they're going to be able to get a refund. They want to know what all is included. They're like super aggressive, right? Whereas the people who pay you the $5,000, $10,000, they're very calm, cool, and collected, right? Because they're number one. By the way, there's a few people here. What do you guys think is the main differentiation between someone paying you $50 or $100 per month versus $5,000 per month? What do you think is what's the main reason behind this, right? It's not rocket science. And at the end of the day, we're all humans. Like we're not really superior to one another. Why are some people willing to pay others 5K, which is I think 100 times more or 50 times more, for the same service, for example. What do you guys think? I'll give you the answer. They want transformation. They want results. Where they currently are, they don't want to be there. They want to get to a different level. The same reason why people will go out to Barnes and Nobles or Amazon, they'll buy a book, a marketing book for 20 bucks, right? But that's information. But they will spend $5,000 with a marketing agency because of a transformation. They don't want to be where they are, right? So do you want to be in a position where you're charging people 100 bucks, 200 bucks a month and getting literally like these clients will chase after you. They will call you in the middle of the night, text you. We've had all the stories happen to us, by the way, right? And when you deliver at the end of it, they're trying to get a refund. They're trying to get they're trying to get their payment reversed. It's just a bunch of mayhem, right? Whereas these other these clients who are paying you all this money, they only care about results and they will literally leave you alone. It sounds a little too good to be true. I can definitely relate with that. It took me a while as well, right? When we first started our agency, we were trying to charge people 500 bucks and we were scared to even do that, right? And when we landed a few clients, man, those clients were a pain. And then it wasn't until our next client, when our mentor came to us and said, hey, you guys are charging way too less, right? And he made our offer slightly different, right? He modified it, which again, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what it takes to craft that offer. We're going to go a little bit into that right now. But yeah, once that was there, we landed an $11,000 deal for 3 months. And ever since, that has been our staple. Literally, that was like 5 years ago from now. And from then on, we still charge $11,000 for a specific service, right? With our digital marketing agency, and it has worked absolutely fantastic for us. And this is exactly what we also teach our clients who are with us when it comes to the Launch My Agency stuff. And they do it as well. And a lot of these people, they came in, charging very, very less. All right. So like I said, they care less about the features. What are the features? They don't care what you're trying to sell. Facebook ads, okay, landing page, funnel, copywriting. They're not very interested in that. They are only interested mainly in the results, right? So if you're an agency owner, if you're a CEO, you should have a really clear thought process of how can you solve a problem, right? At the end of the day, that's what really business is about. If you're able to sit down and come up with a system of, if someone comes to you, how can you transform their life? And the bigger the transformation, the more you can charge. All right, that's a philosophy to live by. If you're able to solve a big problem, you will get big money. Okay, that's how it works. And again, the reason why I even have to say this training, no one teaches this stuff, right? People, they're not thinking about these things, right? They're just trying to go after leads. They're trying to go after sales. They're trying to hustle. That's not the game. The game is the foundational elements. Okay, get that foundation right. So, by the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them down below. Give us some likes and loves. It really helps with the algorithm there. And comment live if you're watching live. If you're watching replay, comment replay down below. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Another thing is, when someone comes to you, when you're going to charge the $5,000, $10,000 per month, you aren't giving them more things. You're actually giving them less things, which is like what? Right? Because you may be thinking like, hey, I have to give them this. I have to give them the world. No, you have to give them less things. They don't care about information. They don't care about things. They care about results, right? It all comes back to that. So if you're able to make your system, everything around, like your whole offer based on the transformation they're going to get, that's a really good way to start thinking. And when you start implementing that, you'll have results, right? So essentially, there's a few things when it comes to a digital marketing agency, and there's all sorts of digital marketing agencies out there, right? People who are trying to, there's all service, there's paid media, content, there's all sorts. I'm just going to take an example of what it would look like if I was to create an offer for ourselves or for, an agency, for example, specializing in media buying, or let's say specifically Facebook ads, right? So the first thing is you do not want to get a client for 1 month, right? I don't like those monthly contracts. They can work later, but not in the beginning. Here's why. Nothing in life is quick. Everything takes a little bit of time, right? If you're just in a month-to-month contract, sometimes what can happen is and this is especially true when you're working with lower tier clients, right? People who are paying like $300 a month. They want results like in day one. But when you get that in that first month, you're just setting things up, right? You're trying to get the systems right. You're trying to get data. Let's talk a little bit about Facebook ads, because that's what we specialized in back in the day. We still specialize in that with our agency. But when it comes to Facebook ads, it takes like 3 weeks just to set things up, get the copies right, get the creatives right, and put things out, start getting some testing done, right? And these low-level clients, they don't understand. Their mind is just so different than high-level clients. Higher-level clients, even though they may not know, they understand. They have a good sense of business at least. They understand, like, okay, it makes sense. So you want to lock them in at least to a 3-month-long contract, bare minimum, the first time, right? After that, you can go into a monthly contract. But the thing is, if your results are good, they want to be with you consistently. So you can lock them in for a year-long contract. And by the way, just a quick ninja tip there, if you're ever trying to exit your agency for millions of dollars or whatever, one of the most important elements to this is how long your clients are with you. So if your clients are with you for a year, 24 months, 36 months, you can literally have these contracts. When you're trying to sell your digital marketing agency to a bigger company or to investors, whatever it is, your rate is going to be a lot higher, even though you may not be making as much money per month than another agency that's valued less than you. Is this making sense? So just a quick little ninja tip, because I know some people on here, they want to have an exit, right? They want to start their agency, get it to a certain level, and just go, right? And cash out, retire, whatever the case is. Like I said, digital marketing is one of the most important, or not important. It is one of the most important, but it's one of the fastest ways to actually make money, and it's pretty simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to really understand these concepts. But yeah, thought that I'd throw that in there. Okay. So the first and foremost thing is a customized game plan according to their specific business, right? You can't do any cookie cutter stuff, because you have to think of yourself as like the Rolls Royce. You're not a Toyota, right? When it comes to like a digital marketing agency, there's so many companies out there, right? They just try to get like templates and they just try to do things like that. That's not the right way, right? When a client comes, you have to treat them like they are your only client and give them a customized game plan. And when it comes to customized game plans, we can talk for hours literally on that. How to do that, how to do competitor research, how to do these analysis, how to come up with the exact audit or game plan for that client. But I'm not going to go too much into it because we're pretty limited here on time. But essentially, you want to have a customized game plan according to their specific industry, into their niche, for that specific person. Okay? And again, the second part of this is people, especially in the digital marketing world, there's a lot of businesses out there, like small businesses. It could be a plumbing business, it could be a restaurant, whatever the case is. These owners, they aren't very tech savvy, right? And that's okay. That's where you come in. So with your offer, it should be as done for you as possible, right? So with our Facebook ads, it's done for you Facebook ads. It's a lot more attractive that way, right? So you're coming in, you're going to set up their landing page, you're going to create a landing page for them, you're going to design that for them, and then of course keep them in the process, right? In the approval process, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that customer journey part as well. And again, that's something that I can go on for a while. But yeah, so doing as much done for you is one of the best ways to go around it. Now, if you're by yourself, you're like, hey, I can't do all these things myself. I'm also not that tech heavy, whatever the case is. If you're thinking like that, you should use something, what we like to call strategic partners. Why do all the work yourself? Again, this is something where client fulfillment should never be your job, right? It should be someone who's a trusted contractor, a trusted partner who you can leverage, and maybe hopefully even use case studies from, right? That's the best way. Leverage other people, leverage other people's money, leverage other people's time, leverage other people's success. And I go back to the thing that I had mentioned. As a CEO, you have to really start thinking about things rather than just action. People are just hustling action. No, sit down and think. How can you make this better? How can you outsmart everybody? Your competitors, there's millions of other agencies. How can you pull back, have a 30,000 foot overview, and really do the least amount for the maximum amount of result? That's business right there. You want to do the least amount and get the maximum benefit. Okay? So, like I said, done for you Facebook ads, done for you Google ads, done for you SEO, whatever the case is. Take care of pretty much the whole spectrum when it comes to that. The third element, so that is actually the real service that you're delivering, right? But it doesn't finish there, right? Why is someone paying you $5,000 versus they could pay someone else $200? One of the main reasons is the unlimited support that they feel. Okay, so that's something that we like to do. Is we have rolled out an unlimited one-on-one support. It's a little advanced of how exactly we do it, but what you can do is you can just have one-on-one calls scheduled in. So you can have specific one-on-one calls. For example, like how we like to do it is we have account managers who hop on these weekly calls on Fridays. So every single Friday, that client is going to get an executive summary of exactly where they are and how it's going. And a lot of times what happens is, even though if you're delivering great results for someone, and this has happened to us, by the way, all this stuff I'm telling you guys is from experience, right? So if you're getting really good results, you may be high-fiving each other, right, in the office, like your team, everyone's happy, but the client leaves. It's happened to us so many times, not even us, but so many people that we know. And it's like, what? You're just thinking like, what happened? Because this is a disconnect. They do not understand the value that they're getting. Right? There's some level of disconnect there. They don't understand what you're doing for them. They don't understand that sometimes things do take a little bit of time. There's a process, right? So, and I'll tell you, like with these calls, one time we delivered 2,000 leads for a business. Because we didn't have these calls, they left us, right? And we were like, what happened? And we went back to them. We said, hey, we delivered you 2,000 leads. That's a lot of leads. I don't know how much money. There's so much money, right? They were like, oh, we didn't even get one. And it turned out that all those emails were going into their spam folder. Because we didn't have these calls, we couldn't address this. We're over here sitting in the office. We're about to upsell this client. This client is probably very happy. They're gonna probably buy other services, and they end up leaving because of lack of communication. When someone is paying you anything above $2,000, $2,500, your communication has to be on point. And I don't want you to start getting afraid or scared that you're the only one who has to start communicating. The good thing about this is when you're charging like the 5K plus or $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month from a single client, you're able to hire a team. You don't have to do this all yourself. That's the beauty about this. If you have like 20 clients who are paying you $200, then you're probably the only guy, or it's very hard, and that's where life can just be very, very tough, very problematic, right? So you want to have that unlimited support, right? Like I said, people are paying you for the transformation, but it's not always monetary. A lot of it is also psychological, right? So another ninja tip that I'll leave for you guys here is as soon as someone buys your service, and this is something for you guys when you guys start enrolling clients, as soon as someone buys, they have something called buyer's remorse. They start feeling like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, or maybe this is this. I'll tell you from my experience, literally, it happened to me a few months ago, and I was like, wow, like we're all humans. We all have the same psychology, right? So eliminating that is important. And how do you do that? It's communication, right? As soon as someone comes in, you should have an email going out from yourself. If you're the salesperson, send that email out. How we like to do it, since we have account managers, so that salesperson will send out that email and CCing their account manager, right? And that's their one-on-one support. That's their one-on-one account manager, this personal account manager for all their needs, right? And then that account manager, we make them respond really fast, right? As soon as that email comes out, that account manager kind of takes over and says, hey, great to meet you. Looking forward to growing with you. And here's a link to our onboarding call. And we have an onboarding call, right? As soon as someone hops on that onboarding call with us, literally, like, it's so smooth, and that person just they just feel like they're just melting away. They just feel like now they know, now they trust someone who's gonna be able to take their business to the next level, right? So you have to start really thinking of some of these things, of implementing some of these things when it comes to, having a great offer. And another thing here is financing, right? So when it comes to higher ticket, like I said, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, above that as well. Those are the lower numbers, by the way. So the reason why I bring those up is because if you're in this group, you're probably starting out, you're probably not over 100K per month. If you're over $100,000 a month, you can easily be charging 10K plus, for these clients, and those are the bigger clients, right? But when you're charging people, when you're trying to charge small businesses, they may not have 5K to spend with you. They may not have 10K, right, to spend with you. So what you can offer them is financing, right? So we live in America. chances are, if you're watching, well, I shouldn't say that. We have people all over the world in this group, but most of the people are here in America. We have something called credit here, right? Using other people's money, so using the bank's money. So you can do the same thing. You can roll it out with all you have to do is really partner with a lending company, right? There's some good ones out there. If you guys want to know some of the names, just, let me know down below. I can shoot you guys the link for that. But when you partner with these lending companies, a lot of times what happens is when you hop on these sales calls with people with these leads, they're ready to go. They're emotionally bought in. They're logically bought in. They're just ready. They just want to do it. But the cost is just like, I don't have 5K though. I don't have 10K though, right? And then what? Most agencies don't utilize this. It's like so simple. All you have to do, partner with a lending company and have that person go to them and do an application. It takes 2 minutes to see if they're pre-approved or not. Literally 2 minutes. And if they are, all the money will come into your account. Okay, as the business owner, you will get a full pay. Like you will get, so like I said, our average deal size around $11,000 for 3 months, right? So it's $5,000 in the first month number 1, $3,000 for month number 2, and $3,000 for month number 3. That equals to $11,000 from a single client, right? All you have to do is if they're approved from their, for them it's just like getting a car, right? It's just like getting a loan to buy a car. It's a win-win for everyone. Right? It's a win-win for the lending company. It's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for the client. Everybody wins. And again, these are some things like that after this call, I really encourage you guys to start thinking of how can you make an offer that is so crazy good that people just feel very stupid to say no to, right? And a big portion of this is finances. Some people don't have it. Guess what? Jesse says financing. I was thinking that too. Who do you suggest? Yeah, so there's a couple out there. So we're also partnered with a couple different financing partners. There is a requirement for some of them though, right? I think one of them has a $30,000. So you have to be making, as a business, you have to be making $30,000 a month. We're partnered with them. I think that one is called Fund My Contract. But like I said, that one is, I think you have to be making 30K plus. We also have another one. This one was, I think we paid only $500 for to get it. This one it's called Coach Financing. CoachFinancing.com. I think it was like $500, and then every month I think it's like $50. But yeah, we're at this level. We're like partnered with multiple, right? So in case if it doesn't go through, then they can they can go to a different partner, whatever the case is. But overall, even having one. See, the thing is, guys, when you're first starting out, you can't be all over the place doing so many different things. You're probably by yourself. You probably maybe have one business partner, and that's pretty much it, right? So you start small, but you have some of these things in place. A big portion, like I said, is financing, right? People just losing deals. These people are ready to pay you. They just don't have the money. That's okay. We live in America. Get it from someone else, right? The bank will pay you. And then for them, they're just paying monthly, right? But the thing is, you have to think of it from their perspective as well. You don't want them to be paying monthly, right? You want them to be able to pay that lump sum so they don't have any interest. And how do you do that? Through the transformation that you're going to give them. All right, so it all makes sense. It all comes back. It's all one big circle, right? That's what business really is. So I really hope that this training was good, guys. This is like high level stuff that we pretty much reserve to teach our paying clients. We have clients paying 5 figures plus to us, and this is the same stuff we're teaching. I don't think there's anything out there that's like that's at the level that we're teaching for free. This is in our free private group. I hope you guys really like this. And by the way, if you guys are interested in us creating this offer for you, this is just a portion of this, by the way. I could go on for 4 hours just on the offer element, okay? And like I said, it's a core pillar that we make sure all our clients go through. So if you're interested in us creating this specific offer for you, and also potentially launching and scaling your agency completely done for you, getting those leads, taking those sales calls, delivering great results, and you being kind of like the agency CEO while not having to, hustle and work. We truly believe in using systems for that. If you're interested, I'm gonna drop a link down below. You guys can feel free to book a call. It's a free 10-minute audit call. Okay, this isn't for everyone. This is only for people who have some idea of digital marketing. Even if you're new, that's okay, but you have to have at least some idea of what digital marketing, is, and you have to want to at least make $20,000 a month minimum. The reason why I have to say that is because there's truly people out there who don't feel like they can actually make that kind of money. So just as an FYI, you have to think of at least like, hey, I want to make $30,000 a month with this. So yeah, we can hop on that quick 10-minute call, give you a roadmap of what it would look like crafting that offer for you. So it's a totally free call, no strings attached. Towards the end, if you're interested, only if you're interested, we can see how it would look like working with us. And yeah, if you get any value from this specific training, type value down below. And for the rest of you guys, I hope to see you guys next week. Actually, next week I'm in Arizona. I'm going to a mastermind that is held by some very successful people. Just to get in, by the way, was $24,000, right? And it kind of just goes to show you, like, the stuff that we teach you guys here, we're doing ourselves too. Like, we're learning, we teach over here. The best investment you can make is in your own brain. Right, and for the people who are on here or who are going to watch the replay, I'm definitely sure there's going to be quite a few people watching the replays. This is a good. It's you're already 50% there, right? Just in alcoholism, like if you're an alcoholic and if you want to quit drinking, 50% of the thing is you just admitting that, okay, I need help, right? And for the people, like I said, who are watching, who want to get to that next level, you have to be somewhat humble, and life is. You should always be a constant student, right? The people who are broke are the people who have the biggest egos. I'll tell you that, right? You can probably relate to some of the people that they're broke, but their egos are so strong. They're like, no, I can do it all myself. No, man, like at the end of the day, you leverage other people's success, leverage everything. That's the game. Why should you? We only have a limited amount of time on this planet. Why do you want to reinvent the wheel? Why do you want to create everything from scratch? Right? So leverage other people's success. We've personally put in 6 years of our heart and soul into our digital marketing agency. We grew it from 0 to over 40 full-time employees now. And you essentially, like I said, if you do decide to work with us, you're getting all that on a silver platter, right? And whatever the investment amount is, it's honestly it's worth 10x more easily, right? But yeah, I mean, it's just our knowledge and everything kind of clumped up in that and given to you on a silver platter. But yeah, like I said, if you're interested in that offer call, free 10-minute offer call that you can have with either myself or one of our specialists, and we can go a little bit off what your current business is. How can we do a few tweaks? Little hinges swing big doors. I'll tell you that. And a small hinge is your offer, but it'll swing the biggest door that you have. All right. So, like I said, if you're interested in that quick call, I'll put the link down below. For the people watching the replay, type replay down below, and I'll see you guys not next week, but after that. There is a special announcement coming in next week as well into our group. But yeah, it was great to have you guys here. For the people who joined live, take care. Bye bye. And for the people who are also going to watch the replay, I'll see you guys soon. All right. Take care. Bye bye.